Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Morts More Moment. In the building, Josh in the building.
Senna.
There you go. Like, look,
Real cool.
yeah, you might have noticed that from the intro I tied a tie and all of a sudden you're seeing me doing Mr. Air tie and I've got no tie on. I could explain it, but I'm not.
If you've been watching our videos, you'll
I'm not
get
gonna
it.
explain it. I'm just not gonna. Hopefully you get it. But either way, look, we have a question this week, all right? And the question reads: I'm just gonna go straight into it because someone wrote a cheeky comment recently, right, on one of the videos, and it goes, point one starts at 5 minutes, blah blah blah. Okay, I get it. The intro is a bit too long. I get it. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna read the question. Hi, gents. I have a question about the width and length of suit pockets and possibly ticket pockets. I am a law school student, congratulations, and I've been told when you work in a firm, it's frowned upon to have skinny lapels, which is generally an indication of a cheap suit.
Okay, I get that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna let that one slide.
Should have read that question before it just
I'm gonna let that one slide. But either way, my questions would a suit that has skinny pockets in width and length also be similarly frowned upon? Would larger pockets be an indication of quality and expense? I know certain brands and higher quality suits such as Tom Ford have much wider and larger suit pockets and ticket pockets. Cheers. P.S. I'm from Canada and I love watching your gents videos. It's hard to find good content on very specific suit topics, but you both do a stellar job. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright. Yeah, to address the question, I would say it's rare that you get too many thin pockets on suits, especially if the lapels aren't thin. So I would say if you have thin lapels, you probably will have a suit which has thin pockets. So if you're avoiding a suit already that has thin lapels, it's not something to worry about. So essentially, when it comes to suits that you buy, whether they be tailored or off the peg, if they don't have skinny lapels, I'm even looking in the wrong place. If it doesn't, when you buy suits off the peg or tailored, if they don't have slim or skinny lapels, it's unlikely that you're going to get slim pockets. So those are from the likes of Top Man, Zara, things like that. They usually get the skinny lapels unless requested. So only in some of the brands, as you mentioned, like Tom Ford does, he do wide lapels with the wide pockets. And when we say wide pockets, I assume, and I guess the question asker will confirm this once we've done this video and put it out, that he's talking about the actual flaps on the pocket. So if you can see here, this is standard size. Somewhere like Tom Ford have ones which are slightly wider, and those are things that you can request when you get a suit tailored. But as standard, most people would leave it as a standard size. So it's unlikely, very unlikely, that if you have normal to wide lapels, you would have skinny pockets on it. And whether they're frowned upon or not, I don't know. I don't know if it's something people would really notice, but it's unlikely you would see it anyway.
When you say see what? The pocket?
See slim pockets with a jacket that's not a slim lapel. So if you're avoiding slim lapel jackets, it's unlikely you're going to get slim pockets. That's my take and view on it.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it all goes hand in hand. I guess most people, I say most, will match their lapels to the size of their pocket width. That's most people.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
You've still got standard, yeah.
Slim. Now, is it a sign of a cheap suit?
Is it a sign of a cheap suit?
Is it a sign of a cheap suit?
No. No, it's
in most cases.
In most circumstances, unless you specifically requested you want slimmer pockets, which in all the years we've been doing this, nobody ever has. So I would say it probably is. It probably is actually a sign. It is.
In most cases, it is. I never really came across skinny lapels until Top Man, I say Top Man is a high street shop in the UK. I'm not sure if it's in America as well, but either way, it's a high street shop in the UK, and they can sell you suits anywhere from like £100. So they're slightly in that cheap, well, not slightly, they are in a cheap bracket. They're in a cheap bracket for a cheap suit. So because those high street stores or shops were all doing skinny lapels, doing the cool thing that bringing it in probably about 5-6 years ago, it sort of is dubbed as the skinny, the sort of the cheap thing, because we don't really get anyone coming in saying they want skinny lapels on their suit. It's rare. It's very, very rare.
I mean, we get people who are like, they don't want wide. They may want it as touch slimmer than standard, but they don't really want the skinny ones.
Not skinny. So I do understand when you say you go into work in the law firms, or you've heard of people going into work in law firms, and maybe the senior partners or the managers are looking and like, that's a cheap suit, get rid of it. Because they know that it just looks like the type of suit you'd wear out to a party. Like, someone buys £100 suit, I'm wearing it for one off, two offs, two times, 3 times, whatever. I'm going to throw it away to a party. You know what I mean? It's not for work. So that's possibly what they mean when they say that. But that doesn't mean you need to go all the way the opposite way and get bold, like, massive stuff. Because I think that might do the same problem. That might be the same problem. You walk in with a stupidly wide lapel, they probably say the same thing, do you reckon?
I don't know. I think it's all about perception. You know, what they essentially will want from you is to be able to walk into a meeting with one of your clients, high profile clients, and look like you're a boss. So, again, I wouldn't suggest stupidly wide lapels anyway. Not because it looks like it's a cheap suit or anything.
I'm not saying it's cheap. I'm just saying for the same reasons.
Yes, you don't want to go.
It's just
all the way.
I mean, not because it's cheap. And the thing is, I don't necessarily think they're saying you shouldn't wear the skinny lapels because they look cheap. I think they're necessarily saying it because it just doesn't look professional. That's what it is. It doesn't look professional. It looks like it's a party suit. Whereas the really bold lapels looks like a fashion statement. So then I think, I'm assuming, I don't know if it's a big assumption on my part. I'm just assuming that to them, what they're thinking is that this doesn't look like you mean business. Like, one looks like you're coming for a fashion show. The other looks like you're going to a party. Like, come on, let's just get serious. We're a normal size lapel. Let's get down to business. I'm thinking that's what they think. And especially, sorry to interrupt you again, but especially in law firms, from what I've heard from our last interview, or not interview, or little talk we did with Tunde or Kawale, if you haven't seen that little video, watch it. He was saying that a lot of the times in that industry, they stick to very box standard colours. Like, they all wear black or very dark navy suits. They don't really mess around with it too much. There's not too much
You can have pinstripes, but no checks, nothing too visible.
Yeah, nothing too OTT. So, I can understand why in that industry they would say no skinny lapels. Yeah. Right? So, people watching this video, take it with a pinch of salt, because in your industry, it may not be that deep. It may not be. Like, if you work in IT or you work in accounting and you have to wear a suit to work, it may not be that deep in terms of the width of your lapels. They may not even care.
Yeah. Do you know what? It goes back to the video we did, it's like 2 years ago now, on...
Ooh, let me remember.
Harvey and Mike.
Ooh, okay.
And so, like, we were saying, Harvey wears bolder lapels because he's like the boss. Mike has slimmer lapels, but they're still standard size. And so, I guess the higher the ranks you are in your workplace, the more you can wear the bolder lapels and things like that.
Interesting statement.
But I still don't know if they'd accept the skinny lapels unless you're the mailroom boy, the mail boy or something like that.
That's an interesting statement. So are you saying, not to put words in your mouth, but like, let's just clarify this. Mm-hmm. Like, the wider your lapel, the more of a boss you are.
That's how I would look at it. Because I look at, again, we're going back to suits. I look at when Harvey and Mike are in a room together, you look at Mike and he looks like the more dominating character because of his dress, his attire. He has the thicker ties, he has the bolder lapels, and he just looks slicker with it. Whereas Mike is more subtle. So your eyes gravitate to Harvey because of what he's wearing. And that's what you want as a boss. That's my opinion. It's not fact. That's how I look at it.
It's an interesting one. I mean, not that I'm disagreeing with you, but I'm just like, I'm of the opinion of like, well, first of all, Harvey's wearing Tom Ford suits, right? Yep. So because he's wearing Tom Ford suits, his lapels have to be bold anyway. Like, so unless Mike's I don't know who does Mike's wardrobe.
He might be wearing Tom.
He might be wearing Tom. Is he?
Remember, Mike is actually the main character in the show.
No, Mike may be the main character. He may be, no, but is he the main character? is one of the main protagonists. I'd say Harvey and Mike is pretty much about both of them.
Yeah.
Because the main
I
storylines
think it
revolve about both of
started
them.
off with Mike, but now it's like they are joined because it's both of their life stories.
It's both of them,
Yeah.
I think. But regardless of who the main character is, in the show, Harvey is the boss. Mm-hmm. But then, are we saying that because of the way he dresses, that makes him the boss, or he's just the boss anyway? Because this is what I'm trying to say. Because how do we watch the show from the beginning, and Harvey was wearing a skinny tie and skinny lapels, and Mike had walked in from off the street, and he was wearing bold stuff? Would you be like, "Oh, Mike, you look like the boss"? Or are we just saying it because we know Harvey is the boss?
No, but then you go back to see when they do the flashbacks.
Yeah,
Harvey doesn't wear the bold lapels, and you can tell he looks different.
Yeah, but he still was the boss back then. No.
When he had a boss, when he was working in the defense, I can't remember the. Well, don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Yeah.
When he's working in the
DA's office,
the DA's office, he has a boss, and his suits are different. He doesn't have even when Jessica first employs him, mm-hmm. he wears different suits. It's not until he raises up the ranks that his suits get more bolder. Now, again, in my head, that's how I associate it. And I'm just basing it on Mike and Harvey, how I look at the two. I think, and again, even in workplaces, it's very rare that you walk into a workplace and you'll see someone wearing bold lapels because they're like, I don't know if my bosses are going to like this. But when you're a boss, you could be like, who's going to tell me this isn't right?
That's interesting. See, I didn't see it that way. I mean, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but I just didn't see it from that angle. The way I saw it, and the way I've always seen it, is that Harvey wearing bold lapels, even as he rose through the ranks, it's just a sign of his affluence. It's a sign of his pocket growing.
Agreed.
Because obviously, like, when you're when you're coming through as a junior, like, you're not buying Tom Ford suits. You're just not doing it. So, like, the type of people that do bold lapels tend to either be bespoke guys or someone like Tom Ford, right? You don't really see bold lapels on the high street anywhere, so it's sort of a sign of I've got money. Yeah, that's what it is. So,
but you're saying the same thing as I am.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, but just because you've got money doesn't make you a boss.
No,
that's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is it because Harvey's just making more money now? Okay. So he's got better suits. Mike's,
all right. When I say the word boss, I mean your status level. Okay. So in terms of the higher the status level are, the more you can be a bit more bold because you're like, you know what, I make this money. So even if you're an employee, but you're the highest biller in your firm, who's going to say to you, no, you're wearing the wrong suit? They're not.
But then at the same time, if I was a rich kid...
We're on a way tangent.
Yeah, we're going on a tangent. If I was a rich kid, right, and I've just started at this place, my mum's bought me a suit, I'm a rich kid, we got money, my mum's bought me a Tom Ford suit for my first day at work, do you honestly think the boss is going to say to you, whoa, youngster, like, get out of here with that. Tom, go over to excuse my language, but go over to that shop over there and get a normal suit with normal lapels. Don't you dare wear that Tom Ford suit here. Like, do you think that would happen?
Like, first of all, you've gone way past my thinking ever went on this. It was just Harvey and Mike. Yeah, the bold stat.
But I'm just trying to think,
I don't think that would happen.
Could, like, a new recruit not be able to wear a Tom Ford suit? Should they be able to afford it? Could they not be allowed to? That's my thinking. I don't know.
I don't think that would happen. But I think when you come in or when you walk into a room wearing a bold suit or something of that nature, a lot is expected of you because you look like money.
100%.
So
100%.
So I'm just saying, when you achieve that, in terms of you are that level already, you wear as your level is. So if you're wearing that level already, it's either saying to me, like, I'm dressing for where I want to be, or it's I already have money.
There you go.
So
yeah. There you
it's
go. I mean, that's just
my thinking.
Open thought at the moment. I mean, like Senna said at the beginning of the video, I agree with what he was saying. It's just that I just thought it was interesting. I just think it's interesting to think whether it's more boss-like or it's more affluent-like, or either way. Leave your comments below. Who knows? Because it's an open discussion, that one. I don't even know if there's a right or wrong answer.
But here's the thing: there's no real right or wrong answer. I was talking about one scenario because there's certain workplaces where you will walk in wearing a full suit, and the most casual guy in the room is the boss. Because he doesn't care. He can wear what he wants. He's still the boss. He has the demeanor of, I'm relaxed. You guys all have to dress up. I don't have to dress up to impress you.
Yeah.
So, I was just talking about one scenario. But hey.
Yeah, but either way, there you have it. That's the video.
That's the video.
So you asked about lapel whips, pocket whips, and we gave you
everything.
A long ass video.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long that one was, but I hope it's not too bad. And I hope my hands weren't too big in the camera, because when I do this, my hands just take over the whole screen. But either way, big hands don't care anyway, do they?
Okay.
Yeah, that's not really saying, is it? I don't think
No, it's not. Yeah.
Either way, look, we hope you enjoyed this week's video. Keep the best parts for the rest before this video runs out, because I can see the timer clocking down. So literally continue to like, subscribe and comment on these videos. We hope you enjoy every single one. We appreciate every...
That has to be an outtake.
Alright, listen, let's wind down this video. Look, continue to like, subscribe and comment on these videos. We appreciate every single one you send in, or you get it. You get the gist. Continue to send your questions in to us at ask@mortsmore.com, like this viewer has just done, and we've answered the question.
Yep.
There's no difficulty or like trigonometry equation. Do you know what? I've gone too far. Either way, it's easy, right? So see you next time.
Flustered just a little.
See you next time.
See you next time, guys.
So sorry, skinny pockets in what sense?
It's in the width of the flaps.
Oh, the flap. Oh, okay, the pocket flaps. Over to you.
I was going to say, your head seems quite shiny now.
Does it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it. Must be someone's light or something.
It looks cool now that you've wiped it.